This is William Adams. Welcome to Man of Steel Fan Gives Hope, the Facebook page on YouTube. I am the creator of the page, and this is a YouTube channel, just me and my camera, and I talk about things that are in my head. So, what's in my head today? Well, I've heard chit chats and that John Campbell once saying, he talked about it, and it was about Civil War and Batman v Superman. He came out and said at one point that Batman v Superman had an impact on Civil War. Batman v Superman had an impact on Civil War. For me, no. And I tell you why. And by the way, I'm only bringing this up not just because he's made the statement months and last year, I think, but it's just something that keeps cropping up, and I like to put my own ideas across. First of all, the Marvel film universe has done pretty good. You know, it's got its franchise up and going. It's got its fan base from those people that don't watch, you know, that don't read the comic books. They watch it, and so whenever a Marvel film comes out, they'll go and see it. Basically, like your Star Wars thing as well. And as I said many times before, in DVD. My Star Wars ended with, you know, Revenge of the Sith, or the Jedi, so to speak. But I'll still go and see it. I'll still go and see these films, not enthusiastically, but I'll still go and see it. So that makes me question: did Civil War impact BVS and everything? No. And the reason what brings them up is what I just said. Is that if you've got a fan base out there that will go and see a Marvel film just because it's a Marvel film, they'll go and see it despite what previous films they've seen. Yes, we all want. Well, I know I want DC films to be on the same level as Marvel when it comes to popularity. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be done the exact same way. Charles Roven has actually come out recently, that's the producer, and he wants to make, when they do origin stories like Wonder Woman, he wants to do it in a more sort of more thoughtful way, as not just an origin of the good day and the bad day, then they fight and then it's the end. No, he wants to do something off the cuff. He wants to put, you know, spins on it, make it different from whatever origin films has came before. And we all know what an origin film is. Here's what makes it goodie, here's what makes it baddie, and then the baddie change, then they end up fighting, so that's it. You get 1 hour of this, 1 hour. So Charles Roven has come out and said he wants to make the changes of what it is to make an origin film. So we will need to wait and see what exactly he all means by that, and when we see Wonder Woman, we might understand a wee bit more. There's more articles on what Charles Roven said. You can Google it and stuff like that. But going back to Civil War, nobody's ever questioned that the reason why Civil War wasn't as, you know, didn't make it enough money as it's supposed to. Well, maybe because it wasn't that good enough. You know, maybe Batman v Superman gave people that sort of the two heroes arguing and everything else, and then fighting. But that Batman v Superman was a more thoughtful, more deep, intricate story between the two main characters. With Civil War, I felt it was and the directors and producers of Civil War have actually come out and said that it wouldn't have been made if it wasn't for Batman v Superman. You know, they needed something for Marvel to give it more grit, so to speak. You know, so to tie them into whatever film they're going on next. Now, as I say, I'm not saying Marvel is failing in storylines, but maybe those people that are diverting over to DC are needing something different from what Marvel has done, because for a long time we have been watching Marvel films, and we now know the formula in which they make their movies, which isn't a bad or good thing. It's how it's done, and it's been successful for them. But DC again, as I said many times before, is trying to make something different. And with Batman v Superman coming out, it was a game changer in my view. It showed a film where there is more to these two characters. It showed you how deep and dark these films can go. And yes, it should be dark, especially if it's two of the well-known heroes in the world feeling a loss. And we need that sort of film, because after that film we can only go towards the light. Whereas Civil War was basically just like a wee slap in the wrist, I felt. And it was really made in order to bring on another character of Spider-Man, so they could have a spin-off movie or restart Spider-Man in their own way, because Sony had seemed to have failed. Well, for me, Sony has succeeded with the new vision of Spider-Man, but drifted away when it came to the sequel. And I feel sorry for that poor, his name escapes me just now, but the British actor that replaced Tobey Maguire. I felt he was a much better Spider-Man, and he was passionate about it as well. But again, going back onto the subject, no, I think any Marvel film out there will somehow trying to point fingers or say, oh, it's because BVS people. No, it's got nothing to do with BVS, and people were turned off of Civil War because of the way BVS played out. BVS was a totally different film, and it was almost like a non-comic book sort of hero. But and don't quote me wrong, I'm not saying it wasn't a comic book hero, but it was so different from anything that's came before that it was so far removed from what Marvel has done that it shouldn't have put anybody off seeing a Marvel film, because those fans of Marvel should know about Marvel's formula and would go and see no matter what. Like for me, when I go and see a Star Wars film, I know what I'm going to get. Like it or lump it, hate it, I would still go and see it because it's a Star Wars. And if Civil War was as good as people sometimes say it was or something, they would go and see it more than twice or three times. But it didn't in this case. People didn't flock back to go and see it. And BVS, when the Ultimate Cut came out, people praised it, and in DVD sales it rose. It even bet Civil War. But you still had these people claiming that people had lost interest in Civil War because of all the attention that BVS was getting. Nonsense. Because again, Marvel has the fan base. Marvel has their own selected, has the audience that they've been growing for the last so many years, and those people that have waited to see Civil War on DVD, would wait, and probably would wait until the money went, until the DVDs got cheaper. But again, BVS bet it on DVD sales because people wanted to see it. People were people were hearing other people saying, we must see the Ultimate Cut. Now, are you trying to tell me that Marvel fans wouldn't go out, and Marvel fans, i.e., normal people outside the comic book industry, comic book reading company, the normal cinema goer, wouldn't invest in a Marvel film? No matter what they thought of it, So yeah, so nay to Civil War impacting and BVS impacting on Civil War anyway. But you can let us know in your comments below. Pretty soon I'll be starting again. I went back to my Man of Steel. I sit down and I watch sit down on the couch and watch Man of Steel with these in 30-minute segments. I've went back to those videos and added a link so you could actually go from one video to the next and we can watch it together. And I'm planning to do that with Batman versus Superman. I'm planning to make all 4 of them, or 5 videos, how long it takes, in 30-minute segments, and put a link at the end of it for the next chapter. I'm looking forward to seeing it again. This weekend I'm getting a 4K player. Watch it there, but I think I'll watch it first, instead of talking through it, and then I'll watch it even another time. So by the time I do this video, I've seen it about 20 odd times. So yeah, let us know about your thoughts and feelings about did Batman v Superman impact Civil War, and as I say, and please like or subscribe to the channel. As I say, I'm hoping that this channel maybe takes off. If it doesn't at the end of the year, if I don't reach something like 500 subscribers, I'm going to go back to my page, which I love and I spend most of my time to, and helping give out positive views on the DC. Again, don't expect anything grand from me. I'm just the camera, so there'll be no sort of special links. But I am planning to go and see this exhibition, hopefully. Cross my fingers, go and see this exhibition on Frank Quitely or something like Quietly. He drew pictures, artwork from the Batman and Robin, Dick Grayson and Damian stories. He drew those pictures, I think. Did he do the new... did he do Grant Morrison's Superman, the all-new Superman or something? I don't know if he drew those ones as well. But I may just dress up as Superman just to get in the spirit of things. Go to a museum that basically looks like Bruce Wayne's manor. Take some of the kids along, get them dressed up. Get her dressed up as Wonder Woman. It'll be fun. Over in Glasgow, it's probably not as well looked at and look at that numpty. But hey, we've only got one life to lead in this miserable world. And that is why we shouldn't bother wasting our time putting hateful comments, and we should be actually rejoicing. Marvel and DC, fans supporting each other and supporting the films, and it doesn't matter if somehow Marvel films fade or DC films fade. We should all stand behind each other and boost the other ones up, because this is a great time for living. This is a great time to be here, to see our heroes, whether it's Marvel or DC, on the big screen. So let's not waste our time and making biased sort of comments or trolls, or feel jealousy because one film did better than the rest, or maybe one DC film will do better than Marvel, or vice versa. But what we don't want is just all these trolls and all these people that just feel like putting it down. And let's give film producers and directors and the actors the space and the recommendation, and the salute that they deserve. So I hope you'll tune in again. And thanks for watching. And stay positive out there, Marvel or DC fan that you are. Thank you.